locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. I'm locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, I'm all yours. Locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, your will, your will. Locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. Have a collision with purpose, 'cause you know that you're worth it, and your dream is worth capturing. If I'm not living on purpose, then none of it is worth it. My assignment is uplifting souls for the King, souls for the King, souls for the King.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to In the Spotlight. This is the home of unfiltered conversations where real talk is what we do. I am none other than Donna Thompson.
And I am Dr. Laxley.
And this evening, we are your I'll be your fierce host this evening because I have the honor this evening of hosting with Dr. Stephenson as being our esteemed guest on In the Spotlight. What a change, right? How are you doing this evening, Dr. Stephenson?
I am good. Looking forward to this episode of In the Spotlight. You know, I'm in the spotlight. How about that?
Awesome. Absolutely. So I just want to welcome our guests, right? So we want to welcome everyone to another inspiring episode of In the Spotlight, right? Tonight's conversation is all about the A Collision with Purpose Colloquium. Daily Insights Unveiled, your odyssey to find purpose. And this year's theme will be the theme of the colloquium this year. It's going to be hope, purpose, and positivity. In a world that can, of course, sometimes feel so overwhelming, this event is a beacon of light, reminding us that we are all capable of making a difference, lifting each other up, and walking boldly in our purpose. So excited to have you on this evening, kind of like change the tables a little bit, and you're in the spotlight.
I guess it's called turning tables, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
You're in the spotlight. So, Dr. Stephenson, how is your day going?
It's awesome. I'm having an awesome day. I am so happy to be here, to be alive, to be on with you tonight. You know, where else would I rather be? This is my third spot on a Thursday night. So happy to be here. Happy to be in the spotlight.
Absolutely. So we're going to be talking about everything a collision with purpose, the colloquium. You're going to give us all of the inside information, the story, the history, all that good stuff. So tell us about how did a collision with purpose, how did that actually come to fruition?
Wow. I've been asked that question so many times. And an interesting answer, right? Because the collision with purpose came out of a dream, believe it or not. I went to bed one night, I woke up the next day, and the first person that I saw that day was my daughter, Kiana. And I said to her, I need to do something about purpose. And we had a brief conversation around it. Obviously, both of us, we were, we knew it was the right thing to do. And the only question was, what should we call it? And she take credit for coming up with the name, A Collision with Purpose. And I also give her credit because I don't recall how that name came up. But evidently it was the right name. So it came out of a dream. I went to bed and I had some things on my mind. And I woke up saying, I want to do something about purpose. And here we are. And the only question then is, how do we get this information out there? How do we get it out there? So she suggested, she said, Dad, go walk in the park with your iPhone and talk to people about purpose. And I said, that sounds interesting. Imagine me in the park walking with the iPhone up in my face like this, saying, talking about purpose. Anyway, I went in there and I came up with this script. I made it up on the spot and I said something like, hello, everyone, and welcome to the A Collision with Purpose project. Back then it was a project. I am Dr. Laxley Stephenson. In the upcoming weeks, I will be requesting that you send me a short video speaking on the topic of purpose. Wow. So that's how I got started. And guess what? Wow. So many videos came in, short videos came in. So many people I know, you sent one in, and it would be interesting to know what your thoughts were when I asked you that question to send a video in. Because I was, at some point I said, people are going to think I'm losing it.
Right.
I'm losing it a little bit here. But anyway, I went there and I did it. And after so many videos came in 1 week, I said to myself, something is going on here. Something is happening. So guess what I did? I did another video and said that, please send me, if you would like to be on this program that we have now, I'm going to invite you to do an extended 45 minutes interview. And you were the first one that came on. We did an interview about purpose. I came up with some questions and we did the interview. And I can't recall how many times we did that interview with you. I think it was about 10, 15 times.
It was
right?
quite a number of times.
But interestingly, I think the very first take is the one we went back to.
Right.
And we posted it. So here it goes again. So we did the interview. We did 70 interviews in 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah. And these interviews were done across the globe.
Right.
People from France, people from Bulgaria, people from Jamaica, people from Canada, they all responded. And it got to the point where people calling me now to say, can I do an interview about purpose? And I think it was you came up with this brilliant idea and said, you need to write a book, all these interviews. Because my idea, at the time, I was thinking that what an opportunity here to make this into a research study, into a peer review research. But anyway, you came up with this brilliant idea, and the rest is history.
Right. Wow.
A Collision with Purpose in pursuit of purpose. And but what's interesting is that the movement, the Collision with Purpose, now it became a movement of transformative organization that is dedicated to inspiring and uplifting and empowering individuals worldwide. So that's what we have, right? And you, as one of the leader in the thing, and myself and a couple other folks, right? We decided that we should be that organization that is focused on helping individuals to find their purpose, but not just to find their purpose, but to use it for some good, right? And understanding that we live in a world where many people are struggling with uncertainty, self-doubt, and lack of direction. The movement was picking up steam and created to serve as that beacon of hope and to remind people that they are not accidents, but intentional creations with a mission to fulfill. So that's pretty much how this movement got started and is in full flow right now.
So now tell me about, of course, the Collision with Purpose, right? The colloquium is coming up, and Daily Insights Unveiled, your odyssey to find purpose. Tell me about that project. How what really inspired that whole project? First of all, yeah, what inspired that whole project?
Well, again, keep in mind that collision with purpose is grounded in encouraging personal growth and self-discovery, right? And it's also about creating a supportive community. And yeah, so what better way to get the information out than to have a colloquium, a conference? I call it a conference, you call it a colloquium, right? So that again was your idea, to have this thing called a colloquium. And major part of that is essentially we wanted to create a space where people could come together and share their stories and be reminded that no matter where they are in life, they have a purpose, right? So
Mhm.
it's the colloquium is pretty much a celebration of resilience, of faith, and transformation, right? It's a moment to acknowledge those who are making a difference in their own lives and the lives of others. And I want to say that the colloquium is not just an event. It is very much a movement. And it's a movement that ignites passions, fuels dreams, and reminds us that we are all capable of doing extraordinary things. So if you're out there listening to me tonight, I want you to be aware that you are part of something greater than yourself. And you should receive yourself as such, see yourself as such. You are valid, and you're meant to shine. So that is what this colloquium is about. It's to bring people together, And I want to say this, that why is this important, right? Why is this event that we call the colloquium so important? We are living in a world where so many individuals out there are searching for meaning, looking for direction. So we're here to encourage. We're here to be that beacon of hope and for transformation, right? So, as I said earlier, it's more than a gathering. It's much more than a gathering. It's an opportunity for individuals to come in under one roof and embrace their purpose, and to, just coming together and connect with like-minded individuals who are committed to making a difference. So
So
that's
for
what it's about.
so for someone who's never attended, because this is your second year, right? This is the colloquium is this is the second year. So for someone who did not attend the first colloquium, what can they expect from this experience?
Well, they can expect that when they come into this event, when they attend this event in February, on February 22nd at Shiloh High School in Snellville, it will be an opportunity to network, to connect with like-minded individuals, and just to showcase who they are. And hopefully they'll walk away feeling empowered, feeling as if they were a part of something bigger, greater than self. So what an opportunity to come in there and to listen to people who are living and walking in their purpose. Because as we are honoring people, these individuals are doing just that. So what a better way to have an experience than to see people who are living it, doing it daily.
And why do you think it's so important, Dr. Stephenson, to recognize and uplift the individuals who are change makers, the individuals who you'll be honoring at this colloquium?
Well, there are examples, right?
Hmm.
They're examples. They are doing it, doing it, doing it. So if they are doing it, then others will follow suit. Others will see, if they can do it, so can I. So we need we need more examples of people who are out there doing the work. And that is why it's so important for people from all walks of life to come together and have that experience, to see others doing it.
Right. Wow. So I'm going to ask you one more question before we take a break. Can you believe it? It's already, I think we're like already 15 minutes into our show.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. So you're going to, at the colloquium, there'll also be a scholarship presentation that evidently is a key highlight of the colloquium. What do these scholarships represent, and how do they impact students' futures?
Well, I want to think that these scholarships are more than a financial aid. They are investments into the future of our, into the future of our new leaders, emerging leaders. They provide opportunities for students who may not have the means to pursue their education, right? And for me, it's a way of saying to these students that we believe in you and we want to see you succeed. As you know, education is a catalyst for change. And through these scholarships, we are empowering the next generation to make a difference. And that's why it is so important for me and other leaders at A Collision with Purpose.
Well, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I would like to say, let me just take a minute here to say welcome, Lisa Richmond. Thank you for joining us. Lisa is always with us every single week. I know there's probably several other individuals who are joining us that I'm not seeing, but nevertheless, you know, thank you for joining us, regardless of where you're watching us from and streaming from. We do appreciate you being here with us this evening. But we are going to take a quick break, and then we will be right back with more in-depth conversations with Dr. Stephenson about the February 2020, 2022, 2025 A Collision with Purpose Colloquium. And it's about to go down in a few weeks. So
I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I wake up in the morning and I praise the Lord. I thank Him for His protection, and I walk in His steps, declaring that today's provision is set up for me. I love God and I love my friends. I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid. I put on my armor and I read His word, blessing come out of my mouth, cause I know to whom I belong. I am bold for Christ, Holy Spirit dwelling within me, carrying His presence wherever He sends me. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. Loving others as He told me to pray for healing, miracles to see, knowing my identity in Christ, He is in me. I am a bold kid, He loves me, standing firm on His word, proclaiming everything I heard, not afraid because He is with me. Be bold. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. Put on my armor and I read His word, blessing come out of my mouth, because I know to whom I belong. I am bold for Christ, Holy Spirit dwelling within me, carrying His presence wherever He sends me. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid.
all right, welcome back, and thank you for joining us. If you are just joining us this evening, we are here with Dr. Stephenson, Dr. Laxley Stephenson, who he is on the hot seat. He is our special guest this evening on the Spotlight. Thank you so much for joining us this Thursday evening. We're talking about everything colloquium, a collision with purpose. The colloquium, it's happening. It's going down February 22nd. So we're talking all about that in a collision with purpose. So I see that the theme for this year's event is hope and positivity and purpose. And also I see that you're going to have some singers that will be featured, musicians, dancers, and poets. Tell us about how does art and music contribute to the theme of hope and purpose and positivity?
Well, you know, of course, we'll be having musicians, we'll be having singers, and we'll be having the spoken word as well, right? Mm-hmm. But as you know, music, dance, and spoken words are universal languages of the soul, right? So they transcend barriers. And of course, you know that we are a global organization, and their language is not a barrier for us. So music fulfill that role. They transcend barriers, they evoke emotions, and they speak to the heart in ways that words alone cannot.
Right.
So art has the power to heal, uplift, and inspire, making it a vital part of this event of hope, the message we're conveying of hope and transformation. So that is pretty much why we are including that type of stuff, music, art, and spoken word, because what they're capable of doing, sometimes, languages can't do it because of
Right.
differences. But, as I said earlier, art has the power to heal, uplift, and inspire, making it such an important and vital part of this event's message of hope and positivity and purpose.
Wow. Wow. So you hear that, people? You need to be in that room February 22nd. Come and feed your soul with some music and great entertainment. So with that said, can you give us a little sneak peek of any performances we should be looking forward to? Just a little hint.
Well, we have an amazing saxophone player.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing. He's coming in all the way from New York to deliver for us and to play, suit us with his playing. We also have a guitar player who's coming in to do an acoustic set, right? And I believe one of the songs that he'll be performing is "Ain't No Mountain High Enough." And why is it important? Because there's no mountain that we can climb here at the Collision with Purpose. So he'll be performing that. And we also have a singer. And I'm not going to give away what songs she's going to perform. But again, it's all in the spirit of positivity, of hope, and what is good for us, especially in these challenging times that we're living.
Wow. So we know that the event happened last year. So was there any performances that happened last year that left a lasting impression on you?
Well, there are a number of them. There were a couple poems, one by Mrs. Campbell. She committed a poem to me, and I tell you, I played that, and I wish I had that queued up to play tonight. And in fact, I will post that again, but it was just a powerful, powerful poem, daring to take on something like we did within our first year of being in business, to put on an event like that. It was no small undertaking, but guess what? We did it. And I say we, because you played such a huge role in that, and others. So that left that mark on me. Just one of those things that happened that left that mark on me. Because, it's moments like those why this event is so important, so impactful. And again, this colloquium in February, we will have many, many more moments like that. So another reason why you should be there, you should get your ticket for your $60. And of course, you'll get a copy of the book, Daily Insights Unveiled, Your Odyssey to Find Purpose. So get out there, get online, get your tickets. In a minute, we'll be posting the link to purchase your ticket in the chat. In fact, let me do that right now. How about that?
Yes, go ahead and drop that link in there for us, please.
Let's do that, because
so we can go ahead. If you have not purchased your tickets as yet, go ahead and purchase your tickets. And when you purchase your tickets are still on sale for $60. You do get a copy of Daily Insights, and you'll pick that up at the event, and you will get that signed by Dr. Stephenson. So go ahead and get your tickets. And I just wanted to tell everyone, doors open at 5 p.m. So you can come early, so you can kind of meet people, network, chit chat. We'll have vendors there as well, so you can see what they have going on. And, get yourself really nice and ready and relaxed and all that good stuff, and ready for showtime at 6 p.m. sharp. So with that said, Dr. Stephenson, I see we're going to have a keynote speaker that will be speaking to us about the power of purpose. Not certain if you'll share with us who that keynote speaker may be, but what can we expect from their message?
Well, it's a message that will focus on how to rise above adversity, how to find strength in our struggles, and how to walk boldly in our purpose. And I promise you that it will. I'm giving it away, aren't I?
I don't know. You could give it away, but I don't know if you
Well,
want to give it away.
well, I will be delivering the keynote speech, and it's going to be about hope and positivity.
Mm-hmm.
And so I promise it's going to be a deeply moving and empowering message. Another reason why you should be there. You should show up. You should be in that audience. Interestingly, if you live at a distance, we will be streaming on Facebook, on YouTube, but there's nothing like being present
Mm-hmm.
in the auditorium. Nothing
Yeah.
like that. There will be a synergy like none other. So it's great to watch it if you are so far away and you cannot be present. However, it is not an option if you can be present. There'll be no experience, no that you have had that is anything like this one. I promise you. So yes, Lisa said it's going to be powerful. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed, it will be. Yes.
She gave you the blazing fire emoji. She gave you the blazing fire emoji. All right, so I know.
And Dr. Donna, can I add that the reason why I went with hope and positivity is that we're living in a time, when things are so challenging, that
Mhm.
we need to focus more on hope and positivity, right?
Right.
And it's also one of the category in my book, Daily Insights Unveiled, Your Odyssey to Find Purpose. So another reason to get the book. Even if you can't attend the event, you should purchase the book. Do you mind if I post that link for the book in the
No, go ahead. If you post a link in the if you could post a link there for us. And while we're on the topic of the book, can you give us a little bit more information what readers can expect to gain from this phenomenal body of work that you have done?
See, I like to plagiarize you when it comes to this book here, because one thing you've always said, you turn to any page in the book, just flip it open, and you're going to land on something that is applicable to your life. Something, we talk about hope and positivity, we talk about forgiveness, we talk about spirituality, we talk about everything in the book.
Mhm.
And it's done in such a way that it will resonate with anyone who dare to open the page in that
Right.
book. And it's
And
a good.
do you have such an experience lately with someone sharing that experience with the book?
Interestingly, I went to Shiloh High School to meet with the doctor over there who is working with us to set up the venue.
Mhm.
And I gave her the book and I said, open to any page. And I can't recall exactly what she landed on, but she was working on a project, and that's exactly where she turned to, and she was just amazed. And then she turned it again, and then she landed on something. It's like going to church, and then each time the pastor is preaching, you think they're talking about you,
Mhm.
right? So that's what this book will do, because it will resonate. Every word in there is going to resonate with you. It's something about your life, right? And that's what this book is all about. It's Daily Insights Unveiled, Your Odyssey to Find Purpose. And interestingly, that's what the colloquium is named, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it's named. So we will be having a book signing there as well, in addition to the other things that we're doing, the other important things that we're doing, right? The honoring individuals and giving away scholarships and entertainment and all that good stuff. Yes. Mhm.
Awesome. So let me ask you, we're talking about purpose, and we know that a collision with purpose, of course, right? The name is there, all about purpose. Tell us, what role does purpose play in an individual's life overcoming challenges?
Mm. Overcoming challenges. And we are challenged, aren't we? We have we all have our fair share of those things, challenges.
Mhm.
And we should keep them as such, just challenges, right? Because we can overcome them. And the good thing about purpose, it's that guiding force
Mhm.
to help us to navigate these storms of life, which we call challenges. So you'll find that when challenges show up in your life, purpose should be your anchor. And it reminded us that when we start, what we are working towards, and why giving up is not an option. That's what purpose will remind us, will show us that giving up is not an option, and we must
Right.
move forward. So the question then is, how does this thing work? How does purpose help us to overcome challenges or adversities? I find for me that purpose gives meaning to struggles that I'm having. When I have a clear purpose, and there were times in my life when I did not. When I have a clear purpose, setbacks are no longer just obstacles. They become stepping stones. Because I know what my purpose is, I now see these challenges as stepping stones. So as I overcome them, I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm becoming stronger, right? And I hate to say a wiser individual, but when you learn and grow, you become wiser, right? And the next thing for me about purpose is that it fuels my determination and perseverance. When those challenges come around again, I find that having a strong sense of purpose, I am more likely to push through rather than give in to defeat, right?
Mhm.
And if I will give you one more example of why purpose is such an important thing, and knowing your purpose, it's because it adds clarity. And especially in these challenging times, right? Life's uncertainties can feel so overwhelming. And I know you have been overwhelmed. I have many times, even
Oh, yeah.
these days,
Oh,
you know,
yes.
but when you find that you're driven by your purpose, we tend to have a compass, right? That purpose becomes your roadmap that you can use to guide your decisions. And it's all about alignment. When you know what your purpose is,
Mhm.
find that you'll tend to act and behave in a way that will be aligned with that purpose.
Right.
So, and let me give you one more while we're at it, right? And again, we talk about our organization, Ecology with Purpose, is that organization that is about transformation, right? You know, you and I know, and anyone out there listening or will listen to this broadcast knows that hardships, challenges are sometimes unavoidable, right? Avoidable. We don't have a lot of control sometimes. But when there's such a thing as purpose in your life, you're able to transform those things into progress. So if it's some type of pain you're having and you know who you are and what you're about and what your purpose is, you can transform the pain into progress. And instead of feeling defeated by struggles, you can use your purpose, those things that you're challenged with, as a motivation to become a better version of yourself.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. And to piggyback on that, right? So powerful. But to piggyback on that, I want to ask you, Dr. Stephenson, if you could share with someone who may be listening to us tonight and they feel uncertain about their own path and their own purpose, what words of encouragement could you share with such individuals?
And before I share those words, I want to say that there are many of us out there, right? That especially these days, in these times,
Mhm.
we're not sure about so many things.
Mhm.
And we're dealing with uncertainties and so many things around us. So if I could share something, and I want to make sure I say this right, no matter what is going on in your life, I want you to understand that your journey is not over. Your journey is not over. And that every step that you take, even the small ones, are important. Even if you can't see the full picture and it's not making sense to you, trust that you are being guided towards something meaningful. You must continue to believe, to keep moving forward, and never understand or underestimate the impact of your story, of who you are and your capabilities. Just know that you are important, you're significant, and there's nothing on this earth that you can't achieve. So don't let where you are today define who you are. Focus on growing, from where you are and to where you're heading. Interestingly, one of the chapter in the book Daily Insights Unveiled is called Grow Where You're Planted.
Mm.
Often as individuals, we don't get to choose who our parents are or what situations that we're born in, right? But the choice that you can make is what you do about it.
Right.
Or you elevate yourself from that situation. So again, and it's the same thing. Your journey is not over. It's just the beginning. No matter what age you are, as long as you have life, you have possibilities, you have opportunities. So you must see them as such. And I say, and I like to say that you must recognize that your life is important. And then you must act on that level of importance in your life. So if you realize that you're not where you are, then you must ask yourself the question, what do I need to do about it? And if you can't do it on your own, guess what? There are so many individuals around you who can give you a lending hand, who can support you. So that is my suggestion and word of encouragement is keep walking, keep moving forward, keep heading in a direction away from where you are if where you are is not serving you best.
All right. So with that, oh my gosh, powerful words. I hope anyone listening, you were like writing down some of these nuggets here. Very powerful words. So with that, I am going to, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break while, go ahead and let what Dr. Stephenson just shared resonate with you while we take this quick break. So we will be right back in a few moments.
Caught in the web of what they said, lost in the expectations, living in hesitation. I walked in other shadows. Deep inside, a fire burned, a whisper turned to a roar. I am liberated from walking in other shadows. I walk in my authentic self, breaking chains within. From the shadows to the light, a new life begins, shining so bright. Society tries to mold you into someone you couldn't be, fighting through the darkness to find the real me. No longer bound by others' rules, let your spirit soar. With every step you take, you are stronger than before. I am liberated from walking in other shadows. I walk in my authentic self, breaking chains within. From the shadows to the light, a new life begins, shining so bright. Breaking away from the shadows within, I rise up and shine from deep within. Beacon of light, I'll always be, living in truth, walking in victory. I am free, yes I am free. From the shadows to the light, I am free, walking in my truth, forever free, living in victory, shining brightly. I am liberated from walking in other shadows. I walk in my authentic self, breaking chains within. Breaking chains within. From the shadows to the light, I walk in my authentic self.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to In the Spotlight. Thank you all for joining us this evening. If you are just tuning in this evening, we have our very, very own special guest. Yes, guys, our own very special guest in the spotlight, in the hot seat, none other than Dr. Laxley Stephenson. And we are speaking about everything, a collision with purpose, the colloquium, and just being on the right path. So thank you for joining us once again. Thank you for joining us, Lisa. I see that you said, oh, yes, we are change agents for humanity promoting positivity. Absolutely. So welcome back, Dr. Stevenson.
Thank you for having me in the spotlight tonight.
Yes, I love it.
It's
So,
it's a different seat to be in, by the way.
it's a different seat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we left where, I mean, you gave us so much information, before the break, but one thing you said about, kind of growing where you're planted, right? Growing where you're planted. We don't sometimes, we don't choose our families and certain dynamics in our life, but you have to figure out how to grow where you are. So with that said, let me ask you, how is building a supportive community crucial to your growth?
How is building a supportive community crucial to my growth, or to our growth? Of course, you know that a big piece of the collision with purpose and the colloquium is the opportunity to connect with like-minded people. We know, I know that we don't function alone in this world, right? And very rarely do you achieve anything on your own, right? I find, and the folks here at the Collision with Purpose movement, that a strong support system is there to provide encouragement. It creates accountability, and it's a breeding ground for new opportunities because we learn from each other and we share with each other, right? So being surrounded, you're in the midst of people who will uplift you and can make all the difference in how you navigate your journey through life. So why is that so important? Again, I said it earlier. We are part of a greater community. We are a global community, in fact. The ecosystem that we live in is global. Where we do our work is global. We feed off each other. We learn from each other. And that's why this supportive community is so critical. What I don't know, you will know. Right. What I know, I can share with you, right? So together we come together in a way where we are much stronger together than we are individually. And that's why it is so important. And that's why we call it a movement. Movement is not one, it's many coming together, like-minded people doing the work that we're all called to do.
So have you witnessed from the previous event, was there anything that you witnessed that may have been any life-changing connections that came out of that event? And if so, can you share that with us?
Absolutely. From that event, there were scholarships given to students all the way in Kenya. We forged relationships through that event and the overall A Collision with Purpose movement. We were able to, collaborate with individuals in Kenya and formed a cancer organization.
Wow.
Tackle the problems that they're facing with cancer stigma in Kenya. And not just that, we are also not just the stigma, but the real life challenges that they're facing with cancer. Now, and especially, these individuals who have children. Through this organization, we will be able to support these kids, these children of cancer patients, and many other patients. And we're also looking to expand beyond that and to do work in communities for individuals who are lacking resources, lacking resources of one sort or the other. So yes, many life-changing connections in such a way that we have opened an office in Kenya.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we formed a company called A Collision with Purpose Africa Limited. Yes.
Nice.
So I would think that's quite life-changing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. How can attendees make the most of their networking opportunities when they attend a Collision with Purpose colloquium February 22nd?
First of all, be present.
First thing.
And when I say be present, I'm not just talking physically, just to show up, right?
Mhm.
Come there empty. Be open. Be open to be enlightened, to be empowered, and to learn, to grow, right? Start conversations, have conversations, and don't be afraid, to share your story with other people at the event, right? And because I find that sometimes the right connection is only a conversation away. So start that conversation. Talk to the person you're sitting beside, right?
Right.
Just have a discussion with them. Share your story. Tell them who you are, and don't be shy about it. Because guess what? You don't know whose life you're going to impact by sharing your story. Who needs to hear your story. And I don't know who needs to hear my story, but I know there's someone out there that will
Right.
make a difference. So that is why I'm so ready and so quick to share. Mhm.
So I know that this evening, I'm quite sure we have a lot of individuals that have joined us, right? But even for, the replay, when, individuals go back and they watch and, they get this, monumental word from you. I mean, because I'm quite sure when you go back and you watch, there's so much information that you've shared that already, like, I'm sitting here listening and I'm like, okay, I'm inspired and I'm not even at the event yet. Like, I'm not even there. So I can only imagine what's going to happen on the 22nd. So for those who are inspired this evening and they would like to attend, can you share with us how they can register for the event or purchase their ticket for the event this evening?
So of course, earlier I posted the link to purchase your ticket. So it's in the comment section,
Mhm.
or you can go to acollisionwithpurpose.com and you'll find our event page there. So that's where you can purchase your ticket. Again, I should say that each time you purchase a ticket, and I would encourage you not just to buy for yourself, buy it for your spouse as well. Because one thing for you to come and there and grow, you also need your partner to grow along with you, right? You don't want to grow away from them, do you?
You want to
You
go
don't
together?
you don't want to be the only one who's having your mind stretched, right?
Right.
So personal development is important, not just for you but for others around you as well. So encourage your friends, encourage your neighbors to show up and come on, take in this powerful event that we call a colloquium, Daily Insights Unveiled, your Odyssey to Find Purpose. So the link is in the comment section. Go over there and just click on it and buy.
All right. So y'all hear that. The link is in the comment section. So if you have not purchased your tickets, go ahead and jump on now and purchase your tickets this evening to guarantee your seat in the house on February 22nd. But besides attending the event, Dr. Stephenson, what are some other ways that individuals may support the mission of a Collision with Purpose?
Wow, that is so important, right? We talk about giving scholarships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Interestingly, just today, we're giving away 5 scholarships to students in attendance, right? How are we able to do that? There are like-minded individuals out there making donations. So one person donated X amount of dollars that will cover 5 scholarships. Just today, another person donated enough to cover 2 more scholarships. And prior to that, one person donated enough to cover 2 scholarships. So how can you support? You can make a donation. You can become a sponsor of this event. And there are benefits for sponsoring as well, right?
Mhm.
You talk about you. We will put your logo up there, and we'll advertise and broadcast that you are supporting something big. You're supporting the movement. You're supporting the empowerment of people. So yes, you can you can donate, and you can specify what you want, where you want your donation to go, whether it's for scholarship or for something else. For there are many other facets of what we do here at A Collision with Purpose.
All right, so you all hear that. If you would like to sponsor this event, you can go ahead, jump on the website, collisionwithpurpose.com. They have the sponsoring form and details on the website. So you can definitely sponsor the event, get involved. There's so many different ways you can get involved with the organization. I know that your dollars, they're going towards scholarships and different things that is definitely empowering and uplifting your community. So go ahead and get involved, right? I'm going to ask you another question before we take our last break, because I know that, believe it or not, the time is going, but it's good because we're talking about so much that is.
And I don't want you to burn me out.
Right. Yeah. I don't want you to give everything away. I don't want to give everything away. But one thing I wanted to want you to tell the audience, right? If there is someone out there that is still on the fence about attending the event, what would you say to encourage that person to move off the fence and go buy their ticket now?
Well, if someone is on the fence, and I can't understand why anyone would be, right? But just in case, and then I would ask, why would anyone be on the fence? Is it that they feel lost or unsure, or just may just need a reminder, right? I want them to know that they're important, they're significant, that they have value and are significant. That's why they need to attend this event. That's why they need to get off the fence. This event, they need to understand that this event could very well be the turning point in their life. Right. And in case they're searching for clarity, inspiration, or just a reminder to understand that they're not alone, this event is where they need to be. So that's why they need to get off the fence, because this could be the very moment in their life when they find clarity. They find the inspiration to step up and show up and do what they need to do to get to where they say they want to be.
I'm telling you some powerful words. You guys go ahead, and it's not a whole lot to invest in yourself. It's only $60. And what you're going to get out of it is so much more than $60. It's worth a lot more. You're investing in yourself. So go ahead and get your tickets. We're going to go ahead and take our final break. And when we come back, we will be wrapping up with final thoughts from our esteemed guest this evening, Dr. Laxley Stephenson. So let's go ahead and run into our break real quick.
A trail is written of hearts that strive. Through fire and flame, they find their way, becoming iron where courage holds sway. Becoming iron, with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction rising even higher. Displaying strength in the fiercest fight. Becoming iron, shining in the night. Faces the darkest night. The empowered man fights with all his might. The resilient man stands unwavering and strong. The inspired man knows where he belongs. Together they rise, conquering fears. Becoming iron through trials and fears. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction rising even higher. Displaying strength in the fiercest fight. Becoming iron, shining in the night. Becoming iron, shining in the night. The brave man faces the darkest night. The empowered man fights with all his might. The resilient man stands unwavering and strong. The inspired man knows where he belongs. Becoming iron rose where he belongs. Becoming iron, shining in the night. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction, rising even higher. Displaying strength in the fiercest fight. Men becoming iron, shining in the night. The brave man faces the darkest night. The empowered man fights with all his might. The resilient man stands unwavering and strong, shining in the night. And the tales of old and the battles new. Convictions light sees them through. From abysses deep to the morning light. They becoming iron in the endless fight. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction, rising even higher. Displaying strength in the fiercest fight. Men becoming iron, shining in the night. In the tales of old and the battles new. Convictions light sees them through. From abysses deep to the morning light. They become iron in the endless fight. They become iron in the endless fight. In the tales of old and the battles new. Convictions light sees them through.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back to In the Spotlight. Thank you for joining us. If you're just joining us this evening, we appreciate you being here with us. And this evening, we have none other than Dr. Laxley Stephenson as our guest on In the Spotlight this evening. He's in the hot seat this evening. So we're so happy that he's taken his time to really talk with us this evening. But before we, I know we're closing, we're getting ready to wrap up. But I wanted to ask you. I see your name is on that book, Becoming Iron. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What's coming up next?
That's an anthology, right? An anthology by invitation only. And it is something that I envision to become the template for how men should function in this changing world that we live in. We're talking about 4 categories of men: the inspiring man, the brave man, the empowered man, right? And the resilient man. All traits, characteristics that men should embody, should own. So it's I'm looking to have 20, 21 authors, and we will be making that announcement at the colloquium, where we, and again, as I said earlier, it will be done by invitation only. By invitation only. We're putting the details together, and I already have some commitment, and it's going to be a global population of writers, right? Individuals will be coming from all across the world. Like, we're a global organization, so I know it is fitting that anything we do should encompass the global market space.
Right. Thank you for sharing that. So you hear that? That's coming up down the line, guys. Look out for that. All right. So I know that we are at the hour and we are getting ready to wrap up. So just have a few more, little tidbit here, Dr. Stephenson. Bear with us a little bit. But let me ask you, what key takeaways do you hope every attendee at the event, February 22nd, will actually leave with?
Right. So, and before I go to that takeaway, because I do have a very specific takeaway, I just want to, give a brief summary of what I shared tonight, right? To talk about hope, purpose, and positivity. We shared incredible highlights of the colloquium. Talk about that, and we'll be honoring change makers, to providing scholarships, right, to students, and we will have amazing performances from musicians, from singers, and people, individuals doing the spoken words, right? So big stuff happening there, and I believe it's important to say that again, and that's why I said it. Now, in terms of a takeaway, and I believe this is what it's about, right, for our attendees, I want each of them who are attending to acknowledge that what they're receiving the colloquium is letting them know that their life has meaning and that their story, each individual attending the event, their story has power. I want them to know that hope is real and that their purpose is waiting for them to step into it, to walk into it, and to make a difference, to become a change maker in this interesting world that we're living in.
Wow. And how do you think, like, as far as a community, how can we continue spreading hope and purpose beyond the event?
Well, yeah, I mean, so how can I reach my neighbors? And when I reach them, what can I do? I am one who believes that I have two very important responsibility, right? That when I discover that what I'm dealing with is an opportunity, so I need to seek out opportunities, right?
Hmm.
When I can honestly say that this is an opportunity, understanding that not all good opportunities are best for you, right? You must understand that. I should also share that opportunity. So whether it's through encouraging each other, through sharing opportunity, and you say this all the time, go out there, and if it's just a single act of kindness, show it. Show it every single day. And it's even more significant and important when you're sharing kindness, you're spreading kindness to a stranger. So again, share opportunities, encourage each other, and display kindness, even to the people that you don't like. Display kindness.
Right, right. So once again, I'd like to tell our audience, thank you for joining us, right? Thank you for joining us this Thursday evening. I know we're right at the hour. We're wrapping up our show. But I wanted to ask you, Dr. Stephenson, is there any final words of encouragement you would like to leave with our audience tonight? Or if there's anything you would like to share that we may not have gone over that you would like to share with us this evening?
There's so many more things I would like to share, but in the interest of time, I'm just going to leave these words that no matter what life throws at you, toss at you, you must remember that hope is never lost, that your best days are ahead of you. So you must keep moving forward, and understand that as you live your life, know that your purpose is always calling you. It's up to you, whether it's on your own or to find someone to help you understand what that purpose is. And that is what the A Collision with Purpose movement is all about, right? So know that while there is darkness in this world, light will always find its way in. So just keep pushing forward and believe in yourself. Keep believing in yourself. And I can't say this enough. Surround yourself with people who remind you of your worth.
Mm-hmm.
Apply self-compassion in your life. Love yourself as you would love your best friend. Be kind to yourself, right?
Right.
Be kind to yourself. And if you need any reminder, log on to A Collision with Purpose or podcasts. We have three of them.
Mm-hmm.
We have this one in the spotlight. We have daily insights unveiled, and we have life-changing conversations. Or go to our YouTube channel and listen to one of our daily insights unveiled message. Yep. And just know that at the A Collision with Purpose, our team will always be there to cheer you on, to give you the support that you need. So again, remember that you're important, you're significant, you're of value, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And that will be my parting message.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Stephenson. So I know we are at the hour. We are wrapping up. We're at the end of our show, our Thursday evening show. And I would like to once again thank our guests for joining us this evening. We do not take your time for granted at all. We are very humble that you decided to join us this evening for our show. Dr. Stephenson, I am so honored to have been on the other side to be hosting, to interview you. Oh my gosh, it's an absolute honor to be on this side, to really sit here and have this in-depth conversation with you about A Collision with Purpose, the colloquium, your vision, and all the powerful, encouraging words that you have shared with us this evening. We thank you for your time. We thank you for all the work that you're doing. And, we just lift you up in prayers for you to have great health, strength, long life, because there's so much work to be done. And we just want you to be here, and we want you to be, continue pouring in us, continue pouring in us. We all need it, and we all appreciate you. I'm saying this from the audience and myself and the entire community and A Collision with Purpose, that we appreciate you so much, and we are honored that you have chosen to work with us, right? You've chosen to work with us. You could have done so many other different things, right? But you have chosen this path of humanitarian to really give back to us and pouring into us. And we so appreciate you for that.
Can I say something about the, I'm not sure that it was I chose to do it.
Or it chose you.
I believe I was chosen.
It chose you.
Seriously, because I wonder, when I chose something like this,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the other way around.
Right? It chose you. Well, we thank you for it choosing you and you being obedient to the call. Yeah, we thank you very much for being obedient to the call. Yes.
And obedience is so important. I understand that when you deal with purpose, working with purpose, and this type of work, obedience is so critical.
Right. Absolutely.
As human beings, we tend to take the path of least resistance. We do what comes easy.
Right.
Every single time. Mm-hmm. So how do you get up when you're beat up, when you're ripped apart, and continue to do the work? Because life is not perfect. None of us are living in a perfect world at all. So we do have our personal challenges, but that we cannot allow those challenges to deter us from the work we're called to do. So again, another reason why.
I'm telling folks, buy your ticket. That's why you need to be in the theater February 22nd.
That's it. That's in a nutshell. All right. So thanks for having me on in the spotlight. It's such a different position to be in.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. We greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, everyone, go out and do something very kind, an act of kindness. Like Dr. Stephenson said earlier, find a stranger, someone that you do not know, and do something very kind for that person. And have a wonderful Thursday evening. Remember, tune in on Mondays for Bridging Generations, and then on Wednesday afternoon, I believe, for life-changing conversations on Wednesdays. And I think that's like a noontime on Wednesdays. And then, of course, you come back to us on Thursday evenings. Have a wonderful remainder of the week. Be safe and be careful out there. And we will see you February 22nd, 6 p.m. showtime. Doors open at 5 p.m. at Shiloh High School, Snellville, Georgia. And if you want to hear more from this powerhouse right here, you're going to have to come to the event. Now.
I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I wake up in the morning and I praise the Lord. I thank him for his protection, and I walk in his steps declaring that today's provision